Brief introduction, because tonight we're doing 5 Josekis that you should know. And these are updated for robots, so we're in the robot era. So these are all somewhat robot approved, depending on the situation. How many of you feel like you have a good number of Joseki under your belt? Like at least, maybe 2, at least, let's say 20. How many people think they got 20?
Sure.
Yeah, 20? Okay. How many people think they have 10? 5? 2? 1? Is that a 1? Okay, so what is a Joseki? First of all, let's take a step back. Yeah, Nick, right?
Yep. The sequence of moves that are commonly played.
Not just are commonly played, but are believed to be the best result for both sides, right? Given a situation. And in Go, right, these things we've had Joseki that have evolved over, literally thousands of years. And we have Josekis that were literally discovered yesterday and may or may not be accepted as Joseki yet. There's all types of Joseki. There's corner enclosure Joseki, corner approach Joseki, there's side invasion Joseki, there's reduction Joseki. There's a lot of these patterns that can occur really mostly in the beginning and middle game. But the most common ones, of course, all occur in the beginning because that's when everyone's board looks the same. Right, you can actually be in the same position as the person playing on a board next to you, right? Because not enough stones here. And so, in this age of robot Go, the robots have tweaked our understanding of Joseki and have taught us some new things. And if you're just learning Joseki now, I really hesitate to teach you robot Joseki. But I've tried to find some simple ones. And here's the problem with teaching a Joseki class. Because you guys are going to make my life really difficult, because I can tell. Once we practice one pattern, one of you is going to raise your hand and be like, what happens if black plays there? And we'll have to say, okay, that's a variation. And then, what happens if this happens? And that's a variation. And you very quickly realize that when you are practicing Joseki, you're not really practicing just a set one pattern thing. It's like a tree with a million branches that branch off of it. And there's a million exceptions to the rule, and Go is this infinite possibility kind of game. And so, oh man, you guys are gonna make me sad by the end of class. But I'm gonna encourage you all to sit in front of a board and practice these set patterns. When I say do this pattern, practice this pattern in all the corners of the board, like all rotations. So, should we do one?
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys like the 4-4 points? Yes, you were taught to play here. Everyone said this is a good point. Good. Have you learned this move? What do we call it? We have a name for this move. Low approach. Yeah, we just say low approach. Like, it doesn't actually need any more descriptors because this is 4-4 low approach. That's what that means. If you're Japanese, you can say hoshi. That's the name for that. Do you guys know what to do here as black? Let's test your Joseki knowledge. What are the common responses?
C14.
There you go. This is the first one we're going to look at. Okay. What are other possibilities here? And again, we're not going to go down that branch of the tree. I just want to know.
E17 kick.
E17 kick. Yep. Good.
Fencer.
Fencer. Good. Not usually this one. What else?
Tanuki.
Tanuki, yes. We're actually going to look at one of those Josekis today. Tanuki. Anyone play this one?
I played it, but it's just kind of hesitant because of 2 space. And
If they know to 3-3 invade you, then it's not very good.
Yeah, if white often will just play here and just take your corner because this doesn't quite protect the corner enough. But it's possible. No one mentioned this one, I think.
Yeah.
This is still a move.
Yeah.
This used to be much more common, right, before. I mean, modern Go professionals have heavily favored this one for a while, but with the advent of robots, this one has taken even more of a hit to being almost like a footnote, special case kind of Joseki, because this is just so common, it's so balanced. and flexible. Okay. In the old days, and by old days I mean 4 years ago, this would be the most common move. Even at this point, this is also tanukiable. Can we define tanuki or tanukiable? I'm eliding Japanese with some English, create new words. It's a tanukiable position.
Go somewhere, play somewhere else.
Yeah, you don't have to continue locally, right? It's to your advantage to continue if you want a good local result, but there's nothing that says you have to, and if you can get a good result somewhere else by playing over there first, then you should go do that. So this, you can tanuki. This, white can tanuki. This, not usually tanuki. This, the old one, yes, tanuki. And so, in the old position, right, black and tanuki, although black rarely did. White can tanuki, and that was actually fairly common in the fairly more recent modern Go. And then black and tanuki, also very common in recent modern Go. The robots looked at this and went, no. Let's make this more severe. And this does two things. Number one, it puts a lot more pressure on the stone. It makes black not want to tanuki, because if black plays somewhere else, white will actually get a large corner, and black's group doesn't look very healthy. It's too good of a result for white. So in general, black will play again here. Anyone know the next move for black?
C17.
Very good. If this is your intuition, good, you're a Go player. Good. And what's funny about this is that if you played here, do you know the most common response move for black?
C17.
It's the same move. And so you might look at this position and be like, this is actually better for white than this, right? Because in this position, isn't your stone under attack? Like, this is like, I'm going to voluntarily make my stone unhappy, like in the middle of black stones. But the robot says yes. And that's because it leaves defects. In this case, no defect, black super strong. And number two, you're actually just getting less points. Like this is like 1 point more submissive. So robots want to fight for everything. All right, next move for white.
Usually C18.
Good. This is the move I want to teach you today. How many of you have seen this pattern? Good, that half of the room. I'm talking to you guys. This is the move you need to know. And this move has actually been around for a long time, but it was considered an invasion Joseki, interestingly. So like humans, we've known about it, we've played it, but we haven't played it in the opening. We've only played it as an invasion to settle really quickly later on in the game. The robot says, no, that's good enough. All right, believe it or not, there's actually a bunch of options for black here, and they're still being debated and played out in different situations by the robots. One of the possibilities is here, one of the possibilities is here. If you're really just interested in territory, this is also a possibility. We're not going to talk about those. You can play them on your own time. They're all cool, they all work, they all do interesting things. The one we're going to talk about is here. Can white tanuki?
No.
No, this is if you go up a stone, you go up so much more than one stone, right? It's because the other two stones that are left there are just trash, right? We don't want to play 3 stones and let our opponent just eat a bunch of trash for free. So white needs to connect. Responses here. Now black can play here. This is not the one we're learning tonight. This was played in one of the Lee Sedol AlphaGo games when AlphaGo was first playing as humans. It made the game very exciting when AlphaGo played this. Lee Sedol played this. But we're going to learn this one. We're going to try to keep things somewhat beginner and just somewhat simpler, right? Somewhat more elegant for you guys. When black connects here, what is black threatening to do? Yeah, push through and cut, right? So what do you do? All right, next move for black.
Either B17 or F16.
Okay, I'm going to teach you the super simple version first, and then we'll talk about, remember those myriad variations that I promised?
Yeah.
Oh, God. This is the simple one we're doing. And again, in the name of keeping things simple, beginner Joseki, white's going to play here. Alex is smiling because he knows there's some bullshit, basically. But super simple. What did white get here?
Territory.
A base, a little bit of territory. What did black get?
Also base.
Also a base. Also a little bit of territory. Almost less territory, actually. But what about black stones?
Stronger.
They're stronger, there's a little more influence, and Sente. Black plays next move. So this is the pattern I want you to practice. So if you haven't already copied this on your own board, see if you can do this right now. And then once you feel comfortable, I'm gonna briefly show you some of the other possible variations. Try to do it in all four corners, see if you can rotate it. This is what it will look like. Yeah, I'll do it again in this corner, and whoever wants to follow along can follow along. If anyone needs to cheat, just look up. This is the move that beginners are often too scared to play. It's double hane, just thrust around the black group. Difficult move for beginners to see.
Beginners also play into C3 stuff alone as well.
What about the C3 stone?
They're afraid to leave it alone.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. And there's other variations that actually deal with that exact concept. Or we leave that stone alone. Yeah, there you go. So, is it Sean?
Sam.
Sam. So that's actually, the variation you played on your board actually is another one of the legit variations. But not the one we're learning, so stop it.
Which variation?
Once you got to the end, instead of playing this move, playing.
You come on top.
Yeah.
You push up.
Yeah.
Everyone got it down at least once, twice, 3 times? I wanna do some magic here. Okay, I'll leave those stones there for a second. Down here, I'm gonna play the old version of this. White comes in, black defends the corner, white makes a base. Do you guys see this shape? I call this a very bubbly shape. What I mean by that is that there's air bubbles in between the black and white stones. Like air bubble, air bubble, air bubble, air bubble. If we go back to the AlphaGo version, the robot version, I'm going to take some stones away. I'm not going to move any stones. I'm not going to add any stones. What? What happened?
You got to the same spot, but more aggressively.
Yeah, it's the exact same underlying shape, right? The structure is the exact same, just with 3 more stones on each side added. Right, 3 more moves played. And so this is why not only is this a common shape now, right, in modern Go games, it actually relates very much to our history, right, in Go and our previous patterns, right? It's almost historical, right? It's like we built it up, right? We built the scaffolding for this edifice that is now come onto the Go board. It took us 1,000 years. You guys kind of got it? Do you want to see some of the variations or other possible things that can happen? You don't. No, you don't. This will only confuse you and make your life more difficult.
Great.
I'm going to leave that one up just so you can compare. Starts the same way. Black has choices here. In the variation that I just taught you, I have black descend here. This is a nice solid move, helps defend the corner. Black doesn't need to do this if black is interested in something else. And in fact, I think this is even slightly more common now. This has overtaken this descent. And this is the one Sam wanted to play. What does white do here?
G17.
And normally just extend. Black has another choice. Black can also now come back and defend this. But if you're going to play this one, it's more likely that you're going to play this one. When you play this stone, what you're saying is, I want the influence, I want the outside. There's something else going on in this board that I want to reach out to or threaten. And again, now after black has made a decision as to what black wants, white has a choice. And so white can say, you know what, you left the corner open, I'm taking it. Or white can say, okay, that's great. I'm gonna just follow you along. This is good. You get that, I'm gonna take more points over here. So white has a choice. Is okay? Why would you want the outside? Why would black want to play this variation? Can anyone think of a reason?
If that was in the upper left, like it is on the lower, you would want this.
This looks like we're building something pretty big. That looks actually, to my eye, it looks very invadable too, though. Like the spacing is still wide open.
But if you,
it's a little bit. You often want to play this when there's going to be a fight, or if white really has invested a lot of stones over here to making this into territory, just keeping white low, right, is also good. Like if white has, let's say, something like this. This might be a nice move for white. And so we can consider doing this. Make white play there again. There's still a little bit of aji here, but now we'll come back and get that. White would probably rather have a stone here or here, but then it makes this wall look kind of dumb. This wall wants to go out to the outside, so it's a little bit hard of a move for white. But still, that looks nice. If there's something out here, like running around, think of a weak white group. You want to play this. If you can attack something, or you think you've taken such a big moyo over here that white will have to invade and you'll get to attack it. Again, you want to take this outside. If none of those things are happening, take your points in the corner. You can do that, that's fine. If black does this, there's this variation. Or white says, no, I want the outside. You can cower in the corner. Anyone know the next move for black?
G18 peep.
Very good. Anyone know this one? We're not learning this. Is not a variation I want you to practice, okay? This is a hard variation. Next move for white.
It's like H17.
Good.
And then black extends down, and then white.
Next move for white.
Is this where you
cut?
Yeah.
Captures.
Yeah.
Next move for white. Hard Joseki. This is totally not resolved yet. We're still going. So there are other variations here that can take you down the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole pretty fast. But for you guys, what's the wonderful pattern we just learned? Approach. Next move. No one wants to call it out. Okay. Okay, I'll just play by myself. You guys look at your own board. Oh, we didn't talk about this one, but this is another choice. This looks really dangerous, right? Cut, cut. Black's fine. White takes a cut. This is another variation. Instead of connecting here and being all peaceful and simple and stuff that you know, this is the more difficult way. Next move for black.
F16?
Not F16.
18?
F18. This way. The problem with this way, white's going to extend here. What's your next move?
F18.
Okay, now you're gonna play F18 anyway. Yeah, we don't want to give white strength. This is the move we actually need. This one we don't know yet. Next move for white.
F16
You want to fix here?
or C16?
Yeah, this is normal. What do you do as black?
D15.
Save the stone because we're going to attack these. Give up the corner. So I'd have to play move in the corner right now?
Yes.
Correct. Which one?
B16.
Very good. This is the fancy robot way to defend the corner. Everything else is not quite as good most of the time. Very strange looking. Black to play?
Double Atari? No.
No, not double Atari. That's a good guess. You do have to defend, you do have to help this group now.
G17.
This one. So you say, why not double Atari? That looks great. Well, now when white runs one of these stones out, white's gonna be running with momentum. And so what I mean by that is, what happens if white plays here later on in the game?
I see those two stones in a move can, and I'm feeling those two black stones are in move, so happy.
Right? But these three are also in trouble too, right? So you feel very compelled to take the stone. You're like, aha, I got a stone, my group is super safe. But white's gonna play here, and how about these? Immediate counterattack. So how do we avoid the situation? Well, instead of letting our opponent run this way, if we play here, I want you to notice the difference. When white runs this way, this group is still super safe. White isn't threatening to come out and attack it. So when white plays here, no problem. Oh, stars there. Let's play there. This area is still unsettled. It's actually very big for white to connect and run out later, but it's a fight. White probably won't do it right away. All right, anyway, that's not the version we're learning. Scramble your brain. One we're drilling into you. Here, one more time. Here. Done. Can you guys do it like by memory? I'm hearing a lot of wait. What? Looks good.
But I think I played them in the wrong
Probably the
order.
wrong order, but you came out with the right shape. Okay, you got good looking shapes. All right, we're gonna go on to the next of my 5 Joseki patterns we're learning today. Please keep in mind that was probably the second, or that's probably the second most basic pattern we're doing today. Unfortunately for you guys.
I put 2 white stones around.
That's how you win.
All right, new pattern. White plays here. Black is like, Tanuki. White plays here. You guys ever done this one?
Answer?
This is a double approach, is what it's called. We've approached the 4-4 corner from 2 different sides. And again, it's very easy to get into it because your opponent approaches you and you're like, nah, I'll go do something else. Totally allowed, not a problem. But you have to know what to do here. Now in the real old days, they used to teach beginners, just play here. They still do that? Anyone know this move? Yes.
I've played it a couple times.
The robots hate this. The robots like, this was a terrible move. It's so bubbly. right? Remember these air bubbles, air pockets in between the stones? Robots do not like this. It doesn't really put pressure on either side. It doesn't really take the corner. All you're doing is just running to the center, and you are keeping white separated, but in the gentlest sense possible. It's like you've got a blanket and a cushion. So instead, basically only move for black is to attach. And you can attach to either side, so practice it in both directions. Next move for white.
D16.
Very good. Move for black.
I don't know if this is worth discussing now, but what happens if white tries to like wedge between the two?
Madness, basically. It's possible. The new move is here. This is the more common newer one than wedging directly. When white wedges directly, if black Atari's this way, it kind of transposes to just playing here. But the real fun happens when black plays this way. And then we have to talk all about ladders and sort of, it's just immediately a fight. We just devolved into a fight. So, possible. But if you're gonna be this kind of asshole, just be this kind of asshole. And that way, white can push through this way and it's simple. Or maybe it's still not simple, but it's fine. Okay. You're not an asshole, you're fine. It's a legitimate question. Here is normal. And robots like this. From here now, we have choice. And really, for white, I'm gonna say there's 3 choices. But even then, there's actually still more. The most common one, and the one we're gonna learn today, is this one. This is the one that the robots favor. And humans did not favor this one. This is actually not, I think, it might even been the 3rd favorite. But is the #1 favorite for robots. Humans like to play here. This move makes a lot of sense. It makes nice shape. And we played a lot of, like humans have played a lot of variations based on this pattern before. White plays here. There's this. This is an old Joseki that I think is there. I haven't played this in a long time now. It's been years because the robots don't play this one anymore. But this was like one of the most common double approach patterns played in pro games. We don't play it because the robots don't like this. So robot way is attach. There's another scenario. Let's say black was building something very large over here. Black was a monster. Roar. There's my monster. You don't play here. Then you play here. Actually, in this case, black might be so monstrous, maybe you do that. But let's say black just had some sort of potential over here. Good. Okay. Some potential. Not territory yet. You play here. You ask black a very important question. You say, black, do you want to keep building your potential? Full well knowing that this is going to be a very nice result for white. How's black's shape? Black got a wall facing the direction he wanted, but
Empty triangle.
empty triangle. Like this is weird. Black basically really needs to play here in order to make the shape acceptable. But that actually just helps white out, get more 4th line territory. And so white gets a pretty nice sized corner. A few more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost 15 points for white. For a corner that he approached. Like black already owned it and white got a 15-point corner. That's not supposed to happen. If black doesn't turn here, this is a very big move for white to push up. It makes black feel bleh. This stone, if black spends a lot of time killing it off, white can just hunt underneath. And black has to defend again here or here, and white gets an even slightly larger corner. Okay. So. Go way back, sorry. What's the actual pattern we're learning? Here. This is one when white, when there's something valuable going on over here, white plays this one. If there's not, you play this one. If this is just open, black hasn't made investment stone, we don't want to play this. The reason why we don't play this is in the previous variation, black blocked this way. Black's not going to block this way anymore. Black's going to be like, you can connect to that stone, I'm going to go kill these two. Okay. Here, next move for black.
3/3.
This is the move. Next move for white.
Connect.
Next move for black.
Connect.
Yeah. And next move for white. Choices, yeah, it's Tanuki or choice. And there's a lot of choices from this position. Like this very much depends on the spacing and who owns the other corners. What else is going on the board? First question, is black alive?
No.
Almost. Like it's like 90% black can get 2 eyes. But in doing so, black can also get cut. So if black wants to make eyes immediately, this cut is going to get cut, basically. You see this defect right here? White is aiming at this. Whatever white does next, white is aiming here. And if we can cut through and seal black in, that's a great result for white. So common next moves for white are basically finish the base over here. There is no cut here. If black cuts here, white will just kill it. But it makes a lot of bad algae. Like now this potential for a cut sets up a lot of possibilities for black. So white might come over here. Also very common for white to help out the single stone, especially since it's facing black's strength. Here, or here, or here, or you could play lighter too, but you can also just go investigate this corner first and see what black does, and then come back and decide which move you want to play. So a lot of possibilities from this point, but this is the basic shape I want you to get to, and just know who has the next move. White, okay, but in general, white can Tanuki, but often continues semi-locally. Like we'll play a move. It's kind of rare for white to play a move all the way down here. They'll probably be on one of these two sides. So semi-local. All right, let's do that pattern again. So double approach is the setup. Let's attach this way. Hane, Nobi, these are the Japanese names for these shapes. Suke, Hane. I don't know, connect. I don't know Japanese word for that. Connect. Yeah, Sam. Ane, yep, 3/3. Connect, connect. If you can play this, you do not need to be scared of the 4/4 double approach. Or your 4/4 stones getting double approach, I should say that. This move, perhaps this pattern more than any other, should give you like confidence and Tanukiing a 4/4 approach. Your opponent approaches you, you go, aha, I will play over here where I want to play. Do your worst. This is the worst your opponent can do. The big discovery with the robots is that humans thought this was very bad for black. And robots were totally like, nah, it's fine. Not that big of a loss. Because basically the corner still belongs to black, and even though black has to worry about this cut, it's a fight. So there are ways to continue. Commonly, oh yeah, this is also a common follow-up too, I forgot about that one. Whatever white does, black can jump out, black can lean, black can pincer, black can pincer over here. Again, there's follow-ups for both people. So this is why I'm saying like white can Tanuki, but is probably going to Tanuki to help one of these sides in some way. Because black can go on the attack too. Okay, let's practice it. Do that double approach pattern. Go, do it, do it. This is repetition. For the people watching on camera, you should be doing it too. Get out your phone or get out a board and do these patterns. Touch. No. Hane. Good. Good. Okay. Guys ready for another pattern?
Yep.
We did 2 out of 5. Going strong. Another thing about Robot Go. I love this. This is their jam. What does black do here?
Block on one of the sides.
Block on one of the sides. Which side?
The one you don't want, according to the rules.
Here's the thing, you don't really know anymore. Until you guys know a lot of these variations, I'm gonna say flip a coin. Until you know a lot. I mean, in the old times, again, I mean 4 or 5 years ago, you'd block on the side you wanna build. Right, I wanna build the top, I'm blocking on the side. Robots don't do that anymore. It really has to do with spacing and efficiency of stones, but I'm just gonna say, in this position, if you don't know which way to block, literally get a coin from your pocket, flip it, make your opponent watch you flip it. You can even tell, heads, tails. Okay, we're going this way. You'll be fine. Okay, we don't know it's not intuitive until you get to a very high level. It's hard. Next move for white.
Play the other key.
Play the other one, right? Whichever way black doesn't take, white takes. All right, so in the old days, we would play here. Here's the good news. You can still play here. But only if you're doing the following Joseki. White with Hane underneath. What's the next move? What's the next old move for black? What would black normally play? Extend. Yeah, it's totally reasonable, makes sense, right? No, we don't play this anymore. Hane. And they played Hane before too. But if you're going to Hane the first time, you're also going to Hane the second time. If you aren't going to Hane twice, instead of playing a stone here, you play it there, or you play it there. You don't play this unless you're going to Hane twice. So just smack that out of your system. If you're playing against double-digit Q players and you do this, they freak out a little bit right here. They're like, I think I should know this, but I don't know if this is legitimate or you just overplayed and I need to punish you. Like they have an existential crisis about what their role in the game is at this point. Like they need to punish, or are they getting beaten up? They don't know.
Why is F17 not good? No, I mean for white.
Right now?
Yes.
That is Joseki.
Oh.
It is good. We just haven't put it on the board yet. Yes, this is Joseki. Question is, why is it good for black? Because what's your next move?
Sorry?
Kill a stone. Take the bait. Next move for black.
D18.
Good. What takes the stone? Next move for black.
D18.
Yeah, you gotta believe. You gotta believe. Don't do this. Lost the faith. Extend. End. What did black get in this Joseki?
The corner.
Black kept the corner, and these 3 stones are dead. I don't know if you guys can see that, but white can't actually get enough liberties to escape. They have a lot of Aji. White can use them later for all sorts of free moves in this area, and potentially endgame in this area too. Black got to keep the corner. What did white get?
A lot of Aji.
A lot of Aji,
Tanuki.
Tanuki, and a dead stone, and
Sente.
yeah, who approached this corner?
White.
Who do we expect to come out of this corner with Sente?
Black.
Black, but white kept Sente. Keep that up. This is also an important concept in Go. It looks like black got a lot of points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say about 11 points. Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. White definitely didn't get 11 points, but has a good eye shape. It's pretty strong. Like I said, has Aji and has Sente. This move is a common follow-up. I'm going to show you one common follow-up. If you want the Hane black, this move is also good. Here's another way to use the Aji. If you're black, you're thinking, oh, I want to do this. Don't do this. You failed at go. How does white defeat this?
E15. Or you can run that out first.
Yeah. Black's like, no, I killed those.
Now,
White's like, can I kill that one? No. Okay, that's a new die. Aji. This is what I mean by Aji. So, let's go back to do this pattern. Black's sitting here, all minding his own business, chilling in his corner. And White's like, mine. It's mine. This is the variation you play as black when you want your corner back. When you're like, no, not yours. That was mine. White should usually extend now, but sometimes white keeps it as a co-threat later. Like white should almost always extend at some point. It's just an even exchange, 1 for 1. If you want to keep it for a co-threat, you can, but just keep that in mind that you just made the game slightly more complicated for yourself later. Because later on, when you extend, black might not be so compelled to respond over here. Hello. Okay, you guys want to practice this one? Mm-hmm. All right, do it once without me. Flip the direction or flip the corner if you can.
This one.
All right, 3 out of 5 down. Still feeling good? Can you remember the other 2? So when you test at the end. All right, we're gonna do next Joseki, number 4. Starts same way. When do we play this move?
when you want the corner.
Yeah, when you want to get white out of your corner. When you want your corner back, you play this one. If you want the outside, you play this one. Sometimes this one. We can play this one too. This one's really simple. Here, here, done. There you go. However, there's this one now. I don't want to talk about it. So super simple. But I'm more interested in this one. White has a couple of responses here, but for the most part, they can all kind of transpose to something similar, but there's a lot of slight differences in terms of the continuations. Here's the one we're learning tonight. White plays here. Goes in. Hane. For Hane, Tanuki. If you're not going to Tanuki, continue. And black actually has several other continuations here, but this is the one we're doing. Where do you think white plays? Yeah, block here. All right, next move for black's kind of hard. This is if you can get the next move for black, you got this.
E18 is one of them.
There it is. This is the one. This cut makes white choose. Now, do you remember the previous variation where white kills a stone? That's not right. The colors are flipped. Sorry. Wait, sorry. Oh yeah, if white like runs out or does something like this, black will just eat. So can't do that way. If white plays this way, next move for black.
G18.
Nice. Black gets to kill the outside stone, or sorry, white still kills the outside stone, but what does black get?
All that.
All the outside, and it's sealed on two sides. So it's white very much gets the corner, black gets the whole outside. There is a little defect here. It's not that serious of a defect right now in the opening. White will try to make use of it later. If you're looking at this is not necessarily a great exchange for white. It's a very big move in terms of points, but it makes black even stronger on the outside. So white doesn't really want to play it. It'll be very strong outside. However, if white doesn't play this, do you guys know what black can do? Black can reduce this to almost nothing. Because after black connects, let's say white Tanukis, this move is Sente Ko. If white doesn't respond again, black will make this whole group dead, or Ko for life. So it's a very big move in terms of points. If white does respond, white gets 4 points. If white takes first, white gets the same 4 plus 1, 2, the capture, so it gets 5 more. Plus in the previous variation, black would get these 2 and 1, 3, so it's like an 8-point move, just from 1 stone on the second line. It's far out. Okay, again, let's do that one again. Block, crawl, jump, push. Has anyone seen this one? Good, we're not talking about that today.
Seen it usually after the F18.
Yeah, usually black wants one other stone played, at least one other stone played before black chooses this one. But we're not talking about it today, so everyone forget that. Hane. Bend. Cut. Take. Atari. Capture. Fix. It's a good pattern. You guys do it once without me. We've done the 4 harder ones. Number 5 is going to be more of a concept, so make sure you get all 4 of these down. Seeing some people do it. Yeah. Good. You like safe corners? That's how was going on there. All right, good. Last variation for tonight, or last Joseki Concept pattern. All right, so first I'm going to teach you a pattern that I don't want you to play. But it was the most common pattern for a long period of time in professional Go. And if you understand it, I'm going to compare and contrast it with what the robot thinks. You guys know this one? Anyone know what black does here?
C15.
Attach is best. If we play the most normal version of this, white has to make a choice. Here, 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 here. Something over here, some sort of extension from this wall. This was played so commonly, and so many sub-variations came off of this in professional games. And lots of little subtle twists, like for a while, before white connected here, Like white would play an asking move and say, black, how do you want to defend this corner? If black defended it like this, that means white would defend this way. Like it would change the shape on this side based on how the defense over there would go. All that is thrown in the garbage, right? These subtle variations that the professionals worked out to try to gain slight edge distance variation. The robot basically said, this is not good enough for white. It's all bad, no matter what you try. So because of that, white doesn't have a good play. We see the high approach as a special case. It's becoming very rare to see it on the 3/4 stone as a standard approach Joseki. There were many pros for a number of years, not in historical Go, but in modern Go, where pros thought this was better than approaching low. Like there were a number of pros that believed the influence is better, take high. Robots like this one better. And there's a general concept here. One of the main reasons why robots like this one better is because, depending on what black does, let's give black a pincer. Robots really like this shape for white. Like this is a very efficient press for white. This is Joseki. We played this Joseki for a very long time. But in this variation, the robots are even happy to Tanuki here as white. And it looks like white has nothing. Like white has 2 stones here, a stone here, no points, nothing. But the robots look at the shape and go, that's good enough. And so why is this good enough? What's so magical about this shape?
I play it and I feel like I have nothing, so.
As humans, it's really hard to understand, right? It's still mind-boggling. In the GoPro Yangwu, you guys know that channel, that YouTube channel? Her channel's better than mine. Just go watch her. Stop watching my channel. Go watch GoPro Yangwu. She has ads on her thing. So if you don't want ads, stay on this one. But she has ads. But she was talking about how the Japanese pro that I can't think of his name. I know, like I've met his daughter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, like he didn't play with AI for a while. And so when he saw people doing this to them, he was like, these people are all wrong. And his daughter was like, no, here's what the robot says, look at this. And the robot keeps winning all these games. And
Was it Hane?
Haninoki, yes, Haninoki. Very good. Good job.
Yeah, I watched that video recently.
Yeah, it was one of her ones last week or something. Haninoki. And so part of this shape is that black actually kind of has a problem. And it's not a real serious problem, like black is safe, but there's just a lot of aji here. These 3 stones can push and attach and do all sorts of things. Very simply, in the most simple way possible, if white needs to get out further, this move is just sente. And if black extends, there's actually still this kind of a cut problem. Black defends over here. White has this move. Once we run out, it's like, whoops. If we come in, white comes on top again and like seals it in. Do you see how like white has a lot of resources available to get out? Here's another version of the same idea. White can attach here. Thank you. Black's like, no, you can't do that. I'm pushing through. White goes, that's great for me. Go right ahead. You can't play a stone there. What a terrible move. I'm just gonna kill your stone. White goes, that's great. Can't kill that stone because it comes back to life. And now it's threatening to capture these 4. And if black defends, white's gonna eat the corner over here. Actually, Atari first, then eat the corner. Okay? So, for whatever reason, right, the robot's really good at being able to keep all these variations and possibilities in its mind or in its I don't know, whatever kind of memory bank it has. It knows it has all these resources available to it whenever it needs it. So it can go and attack this stone very aggressively. It can go do something else. It has time to go and do these things. And that being said, it's actually kind of hard for black to attack these directly. Like black really needs 2 or 3 moves in a row before these stones get threatened. So in our main level playing concept, Joseki's phase, I know we've learned 4 very specific patterns, but this last one I really want to leave you with just as a concept, is that against these 4/3 stones, if you're the approacher, you want to approach low and aim at this. And if you can do that, that's a good result for you. That's your objective. White, in this case black, might do some things to prevent that. For instance, black might kick you. How does this make you feel? Like you gotta respond? And black's like, aha, you cannot go there. I'm gonna prevent you from leaning on me. But you know what? So there. Robots actually prefer this one slightly. This is fine for white. You have another defect to aim at. You guys know this move? This corner turns out it's harder to defend than you might think. And white really needs one more stone over here to make this work. So let's say white plays there. Black's like, watch the magic. Does black want to keep the corner? Okay, good luck. Corner's still dead. Black needs to live here. If black is wasting time trying to live, white gets a very big outside. I did give 2 moves to white, right? We did 2 moves once as black. But you can see how quickly this shape can kind of get evolved. Let's look another way black can prevent this type of thing. Low approach. And black's like, aha, all right, I'm not gonna kick you, I'm not gonna make you stronger. I'm just going to play over there. Real simple, right? No problem, you just play there. Simple. The threat of this lean and coming out is too efficient. And so it's sort of like you went toe for toe with your opponent, right? There's no one who gained efficiency from this. Meanwhile, this corner is actually still open, right? White can still, this is not a defended corner. You still have the ability to do this. Often in this case, black will kick you and it'll transpose back to the previous variation, right, that we just saw. All because you approach low and are threatening to press black. Robots love this. This is, again, the catnip or something, I don't know. They just can't stop themselves. So, last Joseki is very simple. You approach low. If your opponent does anything over here, what do? Opponent does anything. What do? This. If your opponent does anything over here, here,
Base.
make it done. That's it. You're now robots. All right, can you guys remember the first 4 patterns? Here's what we're gonna do. I want everyone to take on a board, see if you can play one of the 4 patterns in each corner. So you can have 4 corners, 4 different Joseki patterns. And then if you can do that, you've earned the right to play some games.